It's Peter, the bean eater, and today we're gonna go over my daily bean routine. We are gonna grab 500-600 grams of dry beans, and first few times you probably want to use scale. So we go to the bean container. And that will do. We add cold water. And we leave them for 10 hours or so. Just don't leave them for too long, because beans will get bored. And trust me, you don't want to see bored beans. And now we ask our beans if they want to be cooked or pressure cooked. So beans, how it will be? I didn't hear it. Oh, they want to feel the pressure now. So let's take them out and pour the water out. I'll drop them into the pressure cooker. And add fresh water. And we can put the cover on, close it up, and select, unload it, and we are ready to turn the heat up. The pressure finished building up, so I lower down the power to 4, and we count 10 minutes from the boiling point. It's time. The beans are ready now. I turned off the power, and usually I add oil to the water, but this time we'll try the cold release method instead of quick release. So that it works, we just pour cold water over the pressure cooker, and we can see that the pressure indicator is dropping down, and once it chills, we'll try to release some steam using the release button, and then it will be able to be opened. So yeah, actually it's openable already. So now we just need to take the beans out. I usually pour cold water over the beans to remove any foam and to reduce the temperature. And after that, we'll leave them to dry and later on put into the refrigerator. Navy beans are clean beans. There is almost nothing to clean under the cover, so you can just quickly wash it off with water, pour it on top and the bottom, and you're ready to go for the next day. beans are dry and have room temperature now, I'll put some into the dinner box and the remaining ones will go to the breakfast lunch. The beans are ready to go to sleep now. I already told them a story and gave sleep well kisses. So let's just close them up. And we'll put them into the fridge. They'll wait for us until tomorrow morning. In the morning we take the beans out so that they warm up before we eat them. It's time for the breakfast. So let's try some of our beans. One should be enough for the breakfast. So we pray to it and we eat it. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, but where is bread and butter? This guy is only eating beans. So we'll add something special. These are jelly, not the beans. And in Poland, white and red are patriotic colors. So that would do for the breakfast. Carbohydrates and protein are not enough. You also need fat in your diet, so I ate the canola oil. To satisfy dietary adequate intake of sodium and chloride, I'm usually adding table salt, as most of the days I don't have sodium and chloride in other ingredients or pieces of food that I'm consuming, and I'll just spread it across the lunchbox. I already shaken the box a little bit, and if you add the salt in the morning and let the beans sit with it for a few hours, you will no longer feel the salty taste, which helps me because I don't like the salty taste. And I usually eat sweet breakfast and sweet dinner and have the salt only in the lunchbox, but you can distribute whatever you feel is appropriate. For the lunch, we are eating whatever we haven't eaten for the breakfast, second breakfast, or third breakfast, possibly. And here we have some navy beans, some more navy beans, this time with mayonnaise. I bought mayonnaise to remove glue from stickers, but since I have leftover, I decided to eat it. And navy beans with bilberries. And I've been experimenting a little bit with different types of beans before I found my favorite navy beans. So here we have like chickpeas, amaranthus, green beans, and lentils, including sprouted ones. You can also include meat, fish, or whatever else you want to eat that day. And this is bean burger with extra thick layer of beans. Here are some photos of bean burger. Let me know in comments if you want to see a video how to make a bean burger. I have eaten all my breakfast lunchbox, so let's pick up the dinner one. It will warm up and we'll eat it in a few hours. If you feel like you want to eat something sweet, you can try beans with maple syrup. Or you can try other crazy ideas like beans with cotton candy. Or continue fun with jellies. Here we have bears holding bean, beans holding bear. And here's just regular beans with algae. Let's see what's inside. Oh my god, it's beans! That's so cool! Navy beans are rich in nutrients. Here is a spreadsheet that I'm using to check if my diet is balanced. First, I calculated how much calories do I need daily based on my age, weight, and gender. It's around 2400 at the moment. And then, based on the same factors, I calculated the minimum and maximum values for each dietary component. All this information is publicly available and backed up by research papers. You don't need to be nutritionist to make your own diet. Browser-based, self-paced study is good enough. Here we have 5 ingredients. These are core for my diet. They have the most significant impact on calories and nutrition values. I often eat things that are not on the list, then I have to eat respectively less from my main list. So, for example, if I ate wheat bread, then I would eat less beans and salt to make it even. Let's go over the 5 ingredients list. First we have water. I took the data from my local water supplier website. They have published measured vitamin and mineral values for Raba water intake, which is going to my tap water. Don't drink bottled water, as consuming BPA and PET from plastic is not healthy. Bottled water also contains more bacteria and pollutes the environment. So my water is mostly containing calcium, but not much. And you should be drinking 3.7 liters of water daily. Next on the list we have navy beans. They have high protein values, low unhealthy fat, and they have a little bit of healthy fat, and most significantly, they are rich in vitamins and minerals, and they are a local food for me. Unless I want to eat something else, I'll max these out. So the third on the list is canola oil, and that's the healthiest type of oil I can buy locally without the risk of getting low quality imitation. It has 2:1 ratio on the omega-6 to omega-3 acids, very low saturated fat, and a little bit of vitamin E and vitamin K. Fourth on the list is multivitamin. Instead, you can add carrots, lettuce, and other vegetables or fruits to fill the vitamin gaps. Multivitamin is not the healthiest source, but it's simple, cheap, and good enough for the purpose of this video. And the last ingredient, just 4 grams of table salt. And you can measure 10 spoons of salt to see how much 1 spoon contains. Most of the nutrition values I have here I've taken from USDA website, and we can take a look at the USDA source information for example, navy beans. And this is an example report. It shows how much sugar, minerals, and other
information about that food. I've been cross-checking this with other sources, as I found at least one report showing incorrect data. And another interesting piece of information that I have in the sheet is price of each ingredient. One might think that it's too expensive to eat healthy, but actually it costs less than $1 per day for an adult to be fed in a healthy manner. So here we have price of the water per ton and price of beans per kilogram, and from that you can calculate how much does it cost daily based on how much you specified you're eating. So that was for the 600 grams of beans, and yeah, in total it sums up to 91 Polish zlotys, which is in USDs around $24, and that basically makes your whole month food just for $24, and it has all the nutrition that you need. Now we can go over the columns that we have here. So let's jump to the beginning. Amounts are mostly in grams, water is in liters, and multivitamin is 1 piece. Carbohydrates is a main source of energy, and try to maximize the dietary fiber and minimize the sugar intake. Protein, you should make sure that your diet contains all the required amino acids, as human body is not able to synthesize them. Also, there is a minimum requirement on protein in general for the muscle building. In fats, try to avoid saturated fats and cholesterol, as human body can synthesize both of them, and it's easy to exceed the upper intake limit. And you should also be careful about the omega-6 linoleic acid, as you shouldn't consume more than 3 times the omega-3 amount. So currently I have 6 grams in my diet, and I shouldn't eat more than 18 grams of omega-6. Also, the general fat values, the adequate and upper intake here were calculated based on 15 to 30% of total energy. So these are calculated from my 2400 calories for diet. Minerals. The sodium and chloride has the most restrictive range of adequate and upper intake, so you should be careful how much salt are you consuming in your diet. The upper intake values that are 999s are just the ones where there were no recorded side effects for people who were consuming more than average. While eating beans, watch out for manganese, as you can exceed the upper intake limit. Beans have most of the minerals except the sodium chloride. I don't have the data about iodine, chromium, molybdenum, and biotin. Vitamin D you can get from direct sun exposure. Twice a week, 30 minutes would be enough, and all the other should be part of your diet. We could try replacing the multivitamin with natural sources. So let's try that. Let's give 50 grams here and state we are spending 60 minutes on sun. we'll add 400 grams tomatoes. And you can see that the vitamin bar is looking better now. We still have some gaps, but it's manageable. And the B12 you can find in the meat. You probably will have harder times if you're a vegetarian to find natural sources of B12. And you could include both the multivitamin and natural sources of vitamins in your diet, as in most of the cases you won't overdose anything, and you would not need to worry about the off-season vegetables that don't have as much vitamins as you think they have. We can also try wheat bread based diet. First we'll need to remove these values. So let's say we don't want to eat beans, but instead we'll add equivalent amount of wheat bread. So you can see now the total calories are the same, but we have a problem with overdosing the sodium, niacin, and the manganese. Even if we would remove the table salt, it's not helping much. So maybe we could try less processed ingredient like flour. And the whole grain flour is pretty healthy, and still we would have similar problems. So we need to put 580 here. The calories matches, it's around 2400 again, but same niacin, manganese, and the omega-6 to omega-3 is in unhealthy ratio. So let's just stick to the beans, our 5 core ingredients, and that will be our diet. Bean diet has following benefits. Few simple ingredients makes it easy to learn and know what you eat. Most people don't know. Just consume what's being served or wrapped in a plastic and sit for 2 weeks on a shop shelf. I don't blame them, as it takes time to do full nutrition fact research on each product. During throughout evaluation, you find substances you don't know and then check if they are harmful or have upper intake limits. If you base your diet on something you feel comfortable with, you'll avoid diseases caused by food obtained from wild grocery shopping. Connected to that, bean diet is high in nutrients, low artificial, low processed food. No more hidden sodium, fats, or sugars. Do you know how much salt was in your breakfast today? If you like rice, check its nutrition values and go for it. Try different types of rice. I did the research with beans and it fits me the best. My mind is aligned with my body and both say yeah. Taste is subjective, so it's easy to say navy beans have the best taste in the world. Beans are friendly to our environment. They don't hurt animals. Minimum water, energy consumption, low gasoline requirement. The beans travel directly from the farmer to wholesaler and then from the wholesaler to you. No processing or manufacturing is involved. I'll throw away a plastic bag from salt once a year. Once a month I'll throw away a plastic bottle from canola oil. Every 2 weeks I'll throw away a plastic bag from 5 kilogram bean pack. I don't even need a trash bin in my house. Bean diet can save you time. It takes 1 minute for the morning watering, 1 minute before boiling, 10 minutes of being around waiting for the timer to ring, 2 minutes to get the beans out and put aside to chill, 2 minutes of cleaning, and 1 minute distributing chilled beans to containers and adding other ingredients sums up to lucky 7 minutes for food-related activities. That's comparable to ordering pizza, paying, and throwing away the pizza box after eating. Grocery shopping can take an hour or more, and you don't have to do it at all. Beans are always fresh. You can buy 15 kilograms of dry beans, they will serve you for a month. Every day you will water fresh portion and eat within 24 hours of initial processing in your home. Bean diet helps getting fit. I wanted to make my rectus abdominis muscle visible, but not like these guys. And after 2 months I see 6 out of 8. Let me know if you want to see a video once I have the visible 8. Eating same food over and over again increases the risk that you'll be missing something in your balanced diet. You can base on most recent laboratory data or even test food sample yourself, but it may still be the case that in a few years the testing methodology will be revealed to have significant flaw and produce inaccurate results. It's the same as eating bread, pasta, potatoes, or eating rice with chicken for 20 years in a row. Putting all eggs in one basket is high risk, high reward. Your health is at stake. You don't have to risk. You can diversify your diet and include various vegetables, fruits, and even processed food if you wish. The sweet taste comes at a price. Diabetic diet should be high in dietary fiber and low in sugar. Navy beans have both of these high, so you may try some other beans or something else if you plan to intake sugar from other sources as well. This one is related to monotony. You're right, eating locally grown food is not exotic. Personally, I don't care how the food looks like. I value nutrition and taste over visual details. That said, there are plenty of ways you can make beans look special for you and people eating food you prepared. You can see some of them in the first 10 minutes of this video. Beans makes you fart, according to common belief. I've been eating beans for 2 months now, and I didn't blow up yet. But I'm sure you would like to see how I'm releasing the pressure. Today is the day of quick release method. You've seen some pros and cons, but what's the bean future? As long as I'm uploading videos, I'm still living and eating beans. I've been trying to sneak a joke here and there to make it interesting, but the truth is, this is a serious matter. The beans are going to rule the world. You can realize that now or once everyone else did. Don't wait. Join the revolution today.